Hi from the
English sisters.
Welcome
to Get Real
with the
English sisters.
Welcome everyone.
Welcome.
Today it's hunger
Or habit.
Are you hungry or is it just habit?
That's something to think about, isn't
we
it?
know definitely a lot of the times it's just habit, isn't it?
Absolutely, it's just habit. You're like programmed, aren't you?
Well, first of all, we're programmed to 3 meals a day. I mean, I've
We
never
are,
been on a
definitely.
fast in my whole life.
No.
I've never been able to manage.
God, I think I'd be terrified of the idea of not eating food. I'm just too attached.
When we can't have breakfast because we have to have blood tests or something, we hate it.
God, I hate that.
I'm getting more used to it now.
Yeah, a little bit more. Before I'd think, oh God, no, I'm going to faint if I don't have breakfast. It was so dramatic.
It was terribly dramatic. So hooked onto the breakfast.
I know. You just remind me I've got to go and do blood tests.
It's my favourite time of the day.
Yeah, I love it too. That's why I'm so hooked onto it. Yeah.
But a lot of the times I just think it is just habit. It's just
because
you're
really,
not really hungry.
No, you could wake up and go for a period of fasting like 3 to 4 hours. Yeah. I mean, I know that my kids do that.
Well, yeah,
they basically don't have any breakfast. A lot of them just have, I mean, I know Italians, for example, a lot of them just have an espresso in the morning and that's it.
Yes.
And there's nothing else.
There's no food.
There's no food, yet the attachment to food can be tremendous. The habit that's formed around it.
Yeah, it's a whole ritual, isn't it?
It's a ritual,
but, I mean, at least I think we enjoy it.
Oh, I love my breakfast.
It's not just out of habit that, you're just eating, you're not even thinking about what you're eating or anything.
No.
I think a lot of the times where habit can be a bit dangerous is when you're just eating out of habit, but you're not even hungry.
Yeah, like when you're watching the television, you're just eating snacks or something. That's obviously very dangerous habit.
That's what we find about, well, dangerous. I mean, a lot of people, we find a lot of our clients, they put on a lot of weight doing
when
that.
I say dangerous, I mean dangerous because
overweight,
for weight gain. Yeah, for weight gain.
Yeah, weight gain has got its
dangerous.
It's high blood pressure.
Yeah.
Apart from not feeling or looking great.
Yeah, psychologically
it can weigh you down, like we've seen it has.
It literally weighs you down. With our clients, it
actually weighs them down because they feel a bit low when they put on weight.
Yeah,
they tell us they don't feel themselves. They feel out of sorts.
They
feel different. They feel that they don't want to go out as much because they don't feel as if they look good enough.
Yeah.
All of that comes along with them maybe just eating out of habit because you're just used to maybe having that sandwich for lunch or whatever.
What about portion sizes? Sometimes they're just a habit as well.
They are, yeah.
You might find that your portion size is too large. And you just have that out of habit because you're just used to serving yourself that kind of portion. And you don't even give yourself a chance to think, well, if I put a smaller portion, maybe that would be fine too. And you might notice that you might not be hungry after having the smaller portion.
Well, exactly.
That's what I mean. But we're just, most of us are just so conditioned, that we're not even aware of the fact that we could perhaps not be hungry. Or we don't want to be aware because we're like...
No, I think we're not aware. I think people do... They do want to be aware. I mean, if they already want to be aware, they are aware.
Then they can choose, You choose. No, I know I'm eating this. It's just a habit, but I want this habit.
Yeah, I want
because at this moment of time, it's something that is serving a purpose. No matter what the purpose is. As long as you're aware of it, I think it's okay. The purpose could be because it's a treat and I want it. Yeah, and I...
Like with you, with your ice lollies now, you're telling me?
Yeah, I've got this habit of going into the freezer. Goodness me. It's not really a good habit though. I mean, I've had a habit. I've only done it for like 4 or 5 days now, ever since it's got really hot. But I'm finding that I will have frequent trips to the freezer to get the ice lolly. And now it's like just when I'm watching television or something like that, that's kind of the time when I've associated
do you have the ice lolly by yourself or do you get it for others?
I have it with my hubby. Normally it's a socialising, like a social thing, not just by myself. Oh, well, that's given me an idea now. I've never really thought of it just by
I
myself.
don't want that to become a habit.
Don't encourage me. No, but I've noticed that's kind of like a summer habit that last summer I had it as well, and I can change that habit because I remember I started freezing the yogurts.
The yogurts, yeah.
Yes.
They're
Yeah,
healthy.
that was a healthiest. All you have to do is just get the normal yogurts and stick a spoon in them, and you can put them in the freezer. And then you just wait a little bit until I can't wait to do that actually. You wait a bit, and then they will slide out, and you can just pull them out with a spoon. And there you have it, like a frozen yogurt. You can just make it yourself. You can choose any variety you want.
That's
They
a good
freeze
alternative.
nicely.
That's
Yeah.
a good alternative. But a lot of the time, I think the habit becomes like, it's just something you're doing, but you're not consciously thinking about.
It's not helpful, is it?
No, it's an unhelpful habit sometimes.
Yeah, and you are kind of like, there is a food dependency. Sometimes you just think, gosh, I've always got,
Always feeling hungry all the time.
always the hunger. Mind you, I was reading about that. It says probably because you don't nourish your body properly from the beginning of the day. You're not well nourished. That's why you've always got the hunger pangs going on, or the sensation of feeling hungry.
That's it. Yeah.
But is it?
I'm thinking of this study. It was called the milkshake study. I can't remember the scientist who did it now, but I was listening to a podcast, and she was saying that she did a study on people, and she gave them milkshakes, and one of the groups had she told them they were very high calorie, high fat milkshakes, very nutritious. And
yeah.
to the other ones in the group, she told them that it was a low calorie, healthy milkshake.
But nothing about being really nutritious or anything.
No, just low calorie, healthy. Well, maybe nutritious, I don't know, but low calorie, healthy. And in reality, all the milkshakes were exactly the same. And they were in between. They had like about 300 calories and just normal. And it was amazing because the people that she told, the group that were told that the very high calorie, high fat, calorific, they weren't hungry for ages afterwards. The hunger hormone, which I was calling it gremlins, and making my children laugh. My son laughed. Okay. It's called ghrelin or something.
Oh, the hunger gremlins are getting you now. Watch out.
Ghrelin or something, whatever the hunger hormone's called. It was spiked in the people that felt as if they had the low calorie one much quicker than in the ones that thought they had the high calorie.
That is so interesting. So it's your mind.
It's the mind. And she says it's a mindset that counts. So it's not exact. So it's not so clear on how many calories in and how many calories out. It's also about mindset. So if you think you're having a really that's why they say we shouldn't say things are bad or good foods, bad foods, unhealthy, healthy. You should just enjoy food and look for maybe non-processed foods, I would say.
Yeah, general. You can get the healthy veggies and stuff in. Yeah. Definitely.
But that's amazing, isn't it? It's all about the mindset in the end.
Well, yeah, I didn't know about this study, but that is so interesting, actually. So if you tell them this milkshake is high in protein and it's going to really fill you up, and just say, Ma, this is a healthy milkshake here. The other people are going to feel hungry faster.
They're going to feel hungry faster.
That is interesting.
Yeah, it's super
So what can we do? I suppose ourselves, we can program our minds.
Well, first of all, I think we have to ask ourselves, is it hunger or is it happy?
Happy. Are you happy? Yes. Is it hunger or is it
just going to look up the hormone. It is ghrelin.
Ghrelin, is that what it's called?
Yes, ghrelin is a hormone produced by the enteroendocrine cells of the gastrointestinal tract. Basically, it's a hormone that triggers hunger.
Okay. Gosh, I had no idea.
I know.
So there you go. So when you think that you're so hungry, are you really hungry? Or is it just your mind that's telling you that you're hungry?
Yeah.
So how do we trust ourselves then?
Well, we can't.
We can't trust ourselves that much, can we?
Not when straight away, no.
No. So we have to wait a moment then and wonder about it.
Yeah, we have to wonder about it.
What would a good suggestion? Maybe to have a glass of water and then think about it.
Yeah, because a lot of the time it's not. We're not actually hungry. We're thirsty. That's been proven. They've done they've done loads of scientific studies to say that.
You're actually
I'm
thirsty.
just trying to look it up to see what the
scientist was called, or the study. Yeah, that's really interesting. I've never heard about that study before.
No, I know. It was on a podcast I was listening to yesterday.
Amazing.
I can't find it. Or I'll put it in the notes afterwards.
Put it in the notes, yeah.
But it was pretty amazing because it just goes to show how much, first of all, how much conditioning we have, and then also what our mindset is.
Goodness me.
How our mindset influences us.
I know. We're like prisoners almost to this mindset, aren't we?
Well, yeah, because if we have a mindset that we're eating really healthy things and we're going to burn the calories off as well, I think that will help. As to whether if you think you're eating, like those people that say I can't even have. First of all, their metabolism slows down.
Yeah,
if you don't eat enough.
But that's not good, is
that's
it?
Not
no.
Good. But then there's also those
even
people
to
like
tell
that
yourself,
to tell yourself that they can't have that piece of cake. Or they
never
ever, because they're going to put weight on.
Yeah, we had a client like that was obsessed with physical training.
Yeah, that's not
and
healthy.
just simply
it's a form of eating disorder.
It was, really. And it was, no, I can never have not even one tiny piece of bread or a carb or a cake or anything, because I'll immediately put weight gain, I'll put it on. I mean, what are you telling yourself in that case? You're programming your mind to store the weight.
Because it's dangerous if you don't. Also, because your mind is thinking, if I don't eat, I'm not going to get
I better
any
store
fat.
this few fat that I can never get hold of.
Yeah, because I'm not getting enough.
This person never eats enough. Yeah.
Exactly.
So that's not good either. No. Obviously, we're not nutritional experts or anything, but we've got the experience from our clients, and also
our life.
It's our life as well, and we know what it's like to think.
It's best to eat a bit of everything, really.
Definitely.
Unless you're intolerant to something.
Yeah, and it's best not to ever say things
not to demonise anything.
And if it's your birthday or somebody else's birthday, certainly enjoy the cake. Enjoy it.
Have your cake and eat it.
You can. I think you can have your cake and eat it. Is that what it's called? You can have your cake. Oh yeah, I thought it was a cherry. Here in Italy, you say you want the cake and you also want the cherry on the top, which means that you want a lot out of life.
But that's a good thing.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
As long as you're really hungry.
Yeah. As long as you're really hungry, yeah. So do you think that every time before we start eating, we should ask ourselves, is it hunger or is it habit? Am I eating out of habit? And if it is, maybe you can wait a bit.
Yes, obviously we're talking about people that have a healthy relationship with food. Not if you have any kind of eating disorder or food, because then you can't trust yourself.
No, you cannot. We know.
You can. It can be very, very dangerous. We're talking about people that have a healthy relationship. Normal relationship with food.
Yeah, and exactly. Yes. Otherwise, you do need to get help.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, definitely. Don't be afraid. Don't be scared. Open up.
Yeah, talk about it.
Yeah, and get help. No matter what it is, if it's for one way because you know that you're not eating enough, or because you're overeating, both of them, yes, it's easy to find help nowadays.
Well, it is.
That's lucky.
There's so many resources now available.
There are so many. Oh well.
But in our case,
yeah.
where we believe to have a very healthy relationship with food, we do find that sometimes it's just habit.
It's a lot of the
and
times
we
it's
look at
habit.
our watches and we say it's 1:00 and it's time for lunch.
At lunchtime, yeah.
Especially
Just
after living in
programmed.
Italy for so many years, where it's just 1:00 is lunchtime.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You're just like programmed.
Well, I think more now, because I remember when we first came here, we would just eat whenever we were hungry. And it was quite handy, really, because sometimes at 2:30, 3:00 we'd be hungry.
Yeah, but what would
Especially if
happen
we got
at
up
5:00
late.
in the afternoon?
For tea time.
Tea time.
That would be for you more than me.
No, you wouldn't have that.
Well,
even
no,
when
I
you
would
first
have,
came
no,
over.
I would have just tea at any time of day. Lots of cups of tea all the time.
Yeah, I know. Don't have so many anymore, do we?
No, now we have got more like that, more, because I think it's because the Italians are really religious with their tea time. They have it at 5.
Italians.
Yes,
They don't even have tea.
They do nowadays.
Well,
They do. It's
kind of
l'ora
still a
del
bit.
tè, they say, and it's 5:00.
Yeah, they don't have our British tea.
No, they have it with lemon. I know. but
Yeah.
we have it with milk.
Yeah,
That's
we
a
do.
habit.
That's definitely a habit.
It's actually healthier, they say, without milk.
I know.
Well, I have to have it with the lactose intolerant milk, because I'm a bit lactose.
Yeah.
So, but still, without any lactose, it's still
That's
milk.
certainly a habit, isn't it? I think all these little snack times, like the 11sies, are really well known in England. Like when you're at work, oh, it's 11:00. Oh, it's coffee break. Here in Italy, they say, oh, è l'ora andiamo a prenderci caffè. Like, let's go and get a coffee. But they just have a coffee. And it's tiny as well. It doesn't give you much.
Because it's got sugar in it, most Italians. They put
Oh,
sugar
yeah,
in
that's
it, so
true.
it gives you the little sugar high and the
the
espresso.
caffeine high, yeah. And then that's it. But they don't actually eat with it.
No,
No.
don't eat.
No.
They're more structured with their eating.
They really are, aren't they? Yeah.
But that's habit, isn't
That's
it?
habit, yeah. It's just the way you've been brought up. Yeah. There you go.
It's also, I remember I had an Italian friend a long time ago. So I've lost touch with her now. But she said that they had the habit in their house at lunchtime to always have a plate of pasta, and then the seconds afterwards, after the pasta, the second course. And she said she noticed she'd put on like, I don't know, 3 stone or something. Oh, but yeah, or like 15 kilos. And she said it was terrible, because she said she didn't feel herself and she hated it, and she didn't feel normal. She couldn't fit into any of her clothes. And so then she said she had to break the habit of she actually said, I had to break the habit in our household of having the pasta as the first course, which is very, in a lot of traditional Italian families, it's very...
Yeah,
But
definitely.
now, a
It's
lot of the
pasta
Italian
every
families,
day.
what they've done is that they've eliminated either the pasta or the second course.
Most of the time it's a second course. They still have the pasta as a first dish. They just have one plate of pasta. And then maybe in the evening they'll have
They've divided the 2 courses over, one at lunch and one in the evening.
Yeah. In the evening, a lot of the time it's protein again. It could be pasta again, though.
Yeah.
There are many households where it's still pasta again.
Yes.
In the evening as well. Yeah, and so it's twice a day.
It's twice a day.
That's a good life here.
It's a spaghetti, like what Sophia Loren said. I can't do without my pasta.
Yeah.
I just limit it to the weekend now, the pasta.
Yeah,
Don't have to eat it every day.
Yeah, that's a good idea, I think.
Just have it more like a treat.
Yes, absolutely. It's all habit though, isn't it? Whatever you eat, whatever you do.
Tell us if you're going to try this hunger or habit thing. Try testing yourself, and you might find you lose a few kilos.
You might lose
Especially
a few.
if you need to.
If you need to, and you think,
Am I just eating
summer's
out
on the
of-
way,
yes,
yeah.
Am I just eating out of habit?
exactly.
Summer's well in the way now.
Summer's here.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Please follow us on
And-
Apple Podcasts and Spotify, and come and watch us to support our work on YouTube too, because you'll help us grow on YouTube as well.
That's right. Join the family.
Join us
Join us.
and make this podcast a healthy habit for you, for your
Yes.
mind and body. Bye from the
English sisters.
Lots of love and smiles.
Bye.
Bye bye.